Hi everybody, welcome to Public Relations Media Techniques. I'm Laura Hudson, so I'll be the teacher interacting with you throughout this course, the next 8 weeks. And I'm excited to talk to you about public relations. I've got some notes here. I just want to give you some introductory material about what the experience will be like this semester. So first, public relations. My background is all in PR, and I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. But some of you are taking this class because you are PR majors and you hope to have a career in public relations. Some of you are mass communication majors, and some of you are just taking it for fun. So yay to all of you for doing all of those things. But even though those of you who are planning on not becoming a PR major, the techniques and skills and thought process that you will learn in this class, you will definitely use in the future. So for example, if you are a business major, but you want to have your own small business, you'll need to understand these strategies and techniques so that you can control and share the image of your company with all of your different audiences. If you are a ministry major and you work at a church, goodness, you have to be able to communicate and give ideas and opinions to other people. A lot of churches are using social media and they all have websites, and so they use all the PR techniques. So you can kind of get my drift. No matter what kind of field you go into, you can use the PR methods and skills that we will be learning in this course. So the idea of this course is to help you learn how to write, but also to create social media, to create blogs. We're going to look at video storyboards. We're going to do a little bit of design, all those things just to highlight the different strategies that a PR person uses. When I first started in PR 30 years ago, I didn't have to worry about the internet. I didn't have to worry about social media. I didn't have to worry about any of that. And so one thing that you will learn that is PR is a fast moving field. You always have to keep up with the latest of what's happening and be willing to learn and be willing to explore and understand new ideas, new techniques of ways to communicate with your different audiences. So this course is going to give you kind of a toolkit for how to create a range of PR techniques. You'll be working with traditional media, such as print media, news releases to print media, but also to radio, TV, to bloggers. You'll also learn the strategies of creating a website, using a social media feed, not for yourself, but for an organization, the strategies that you'll need to use to do that. And so there's so much more. The smartphones, tablets, internet, social media, that has completely changed the way that PR people do their work. And I think that's one of the fun things that you will enjoy about this class as well. So let me tell you about our textbook. It's a wonderful book. It's you do need it. We will be referencing it quite a bit throughout the course. I know some teachers tell you you don't have to, that you do have to use a textbook, but then they don't use it. We will be using the textbook. But also, it's more than just a textbook. It's a handy reference guide for you that you'll constantly use in the future. So it's something that PR practitioners would keep on their shelves and pull out when they needed ideas or refresher about a topic or issue or a skill that they need to have. So at the end of the semester, don't sell it, keep it, because it's something that you will use. Now, this is an 8-week course, meaning I've had to make some decisions about what to include in this course and what not to include as far as the chapters in your book. So here's some of my thinking. Chapter 2, you've covered in other mass comm classes. Chapter 3, what is news, you covered in media writing. If you do not remember those things, or if it's been a while, or maybe you didn't take some of those classes, although I think those are media writing is a prereq, I believe, and intro to PR for this class. I should have checked that before I did the video, but I didn't. If you don't remember those, skim the chapter, skim those pages so that you can get a refresher. Chapter 7 is about feature writing and editorial writing, all really good skills, but not as essential to what a PR person does. You can do that, but it's not as common. Then there's chapter 13, which is business comm type information that you could get in that class. Chapter 14 is on speeches. Comm Basics Club covered that. Chapter 17 is on law, and if you're a mass comm major, you're taking media law, which will cover those issues. So you can kind of see some of the decisions I made about what chapters to include and what not to include. Okay, next, my background in PR. When I was in college 30 years ago, I was a PR major. Um, Started out advertising, switched to PR because I really like the versatility of it, the writing part of it for myself. When I graduated from college, I first worked for a trade magazine in Houston, Texas. I was a writer editor, wrote about payphones. That's another story for another class. Then I moved out to California and had my first job as a PR person. And I worked for Pepperdine University, and I was the writer editor for their alumni publications. So I would produce those things that we would send out to their hundreds of thousands of alumni. After that, I went to Oklahoma and started teaching when I was in my 20s, and was teaching at a college, and did some top PR, and also did a little bit of PR work for the university that I was working for. When I first moved to Michigan, I worked at Macomb Community College, and I did public relations for them. I didn't teach. I actually worked there as a staff person. I bought advertising, I created advertising, and I made strategic decisions for the college about how to communicate different issues. So I was involved in writing press releases, advertising, brochures, all kinds of marketing materials as well. After that, I had a long commute from Rochester, so I decided to start my own business. So I had a business called The Write, W-R-I-T-E, Image, and I did PR work. I wrote newsletters and news releases and had clients that I worked for. Had a lot of fun doing that. One of those clients offered me a job as the director of PR for their advertising agency in Troy, which I took. And did that for not even a year, because then I had my first child and I decided that I wanted to not work so hard and full time. And that's when I started teaching 20 years ago at Rochester College. And I've taught PR there ever since. I also at Rochester have for a few years served as the director of communication services. So in addition to teaching, I was actually doing PR work and communications work for the college. I still assist in that as well. I'm just not in charge of it anymore. So I'm back to almost full-time teaching, which is what I really love to do. So you can see I have a lot of work, a lot of experience in public relations. I love the field. Can't wait to share it with you and just help you be excited about it as well. Now, the way I teach PR writing is that we have a client. So all of us together are going to be like the account executive team for our client. Those of you who are PR majors, when you get to PR campaigns, you will have your own client. So you'll get to select your client and do all of your work for that client. For this class, I have selected our client, and it's one that is convenient for me, to be honest. It's also one that I'm excited about and that I've been doing some work on over the past year. Last January, my husband also teaches at Rochester College, we were the faculty sponsors for the college's study abroad trip. So we were gone for 3 months. We lived in Vienna, Austria. We had a group of about 10 students, and we traveled all over Europe. We taught classes over there. The students took classes even at an institute there in Vienna. They took German and some cross-cultural type classes. It's a wonderful experience. Rochester College has that. That's our biggest study abroad program, but we also have smaller trips that we take around around the world: Costa Rica, Uganda, London, the United Kingdom. I'm trying to think of them all. There's a couple more. So, but this program needs some help as far as publicity and getting the message out to students. So that's going to be our client. So all of the news release, the social media feed, the different things that you are preparing, you'll be preparing that for our client, which is GEO, Global Educational Opportunities. It's Rochester College's Global Institute. Okay, so that's going to be our client, and you'll learn about them and do some research about them in week 1. So more about that later. So in just a few, probably your next video that you watch. So, all right, your attitude for this class. I want you to be eager to learn, eager to grow as a thinker, learning new skills. For you to be successful in this class, you must do work outside of class. You must do extra. don't put things off and wait till the last minute. I want you to learn, read your chapter assignments, do your weekly assignments, because they all are meant to help you learn how to do this work and also to build a portfolio so that when you graduate, you have work to show for this client. So all of these are designed to help you mimic the professional life of a PR person. So this is a class, but I want you to think that you are a PR person. You are working with our team for our client. So that's the attitude I want you to have in this class. Also, when I suggest revisions or edits to your work, a lot of students they take it as criticism, and it's not. It is to help you get better and to learn. Really, the only way to learn how to do a news release or social media feed or whatever it is to do it, and then to learn from what you did right and what you did wrong, and to create a second one, to do a rewrite and make it even better. So have that attitude that you are learning in the process, and that any suggestions, or it's not criticism of you, it is just helping you learn how to become better at the different tools that we are learning to produce in this class. So I'm excited for the semester. I say this a lot, that every class I'm like, oh, this is my favorite class to teach. This truly is my favorite class to teach. So I hope that you get that, you'll enjoy it. I meant for this to be under 10 minutes, and it's not. I'll try not to be so verbal in the future. So I can't wait to work with you. Let me know if you have any questions as you go through the syllabus and as we get started in week 1. So we'll be seeing you across Moodle. All right, bye-bye.